everybody, welcome to Review Time. I'm your host Isaac, and today I'm going to be reviewing Toyworld's TWO03B B. Now, this is a re-release of their original B, which was their take on a Bumblebee. I'm not going to say masterpiece or, Generations Classics Universe line, but it can be for whichever, to be honest with you. Comes in its plain box that just says Toyworld's B and then says that on the front of it. You open the box, and you get this. You get this styrofoam thingy, and when you open the styrofoam thingy, there is Bumblebee in his G2 coloration, which was the shiny gold. What the hell is that? Where'd that come from? Shiny gold little Volkswagen bug. And it's very cartoon-ish. It looks cartoony. It looks like a Volkswagen, but it looks like a super deformed Volkswagen, a la the G1, which I have a version of the iGear Bumblebee mold, which was very similar to the original G1 mold, and you can see it has quite a few cues. This one's actually a little cuter, if you will. Here he is with a current deluxe sized figure. So you can see he is quite small. I do have the Classics Bumblebee somewhere. I just don't know which box he's in, so I'm not going to dig him out. But you get the idea. Here he is with Masterpiece Roller, and he is about as long as Masterpiece Roller. Here is Spike Witwicky, who looks really, really out of scale there. And I think that's all I've got as far as vehicle modes. I do have an Optimus Prime Masterpiece, which I will be comparing him to because I got him basically for the Masterpiece line. I know he looks out of place because they have Volkswagen version of this mold for the Masterpiece that is actually, and I have problems with these, little problem with these gaps, just a little bit. They have a Masterpiece Bumblebee who is maybe a little bit longer than this, but in robot mode, they're actually about the same height. Actually, I think this guy might be a little bit taller. If I can find comparison pictures, I'll post it up. Otherwise, if you come underneath, it's fairly clean. You do see the robot arms, but this part here at least does not look like a robot. And there is weapon storage. The weapon actually clips in the bottom here and becomes a tailpipe. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and transformation. Now, you don't get instructions for this guy. That is one thing that really irks the hell out of me. For the price I paid, there should be instructions. The box is plain, and you just packed it in plain styrofoam. You should have at least make sure that you got the wheels when you've got him in this mode. They're all the way clicked out, because if not, then you'll have bow-legged wheels like that. Which looks okay for a cartoon, but so, yeah, I don't like that snap because it sounds like something's breaking, but it makes that snap every time. The wheels do roll, not so much on the front. I mean, they roll, but they're not so well. They keep clipping on something. Anyway, transformation you want to do is you want to split the front part, and that'll help loosen everything. The hell, ain't nobody in my house. People's making noises. That is really unnerving. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Those ghosts better stop it. Okay, so you pull everything so it's a little loose, put it out. And come back here and separate these pieces here. Separate them. They tab in here and then they also tab under here. So you also want to untab that as well, just so you can get this piece loose. Get the arm pieces loose. Just open this up and pull the arms out, just so you can get the weapon out. That'll make things a little easier. And so then you've got this. So what you want to do is you just want to flip this up, and you want to flip, sorry, tilt this up a little bit. You want to flip this first piece down and then flip these around so they tuck in right next to it. You might need to tighten the screws like this. This is loose on mine. But yeah, tighten the screws maybe. But anyway, so you want to flip that out. This way you can get it at the feet. What you want to do is you want to take these and pull them out and straighten them. Pull them out and straighten them. Then you're going to take this part and flip it around just so it's out of your way. And you take this and you're going to pull it out like so. Now when you're pushing it back in, you are going to have to kind of push this little gray piece outward a bit to get it to fit in there, because it's a really tight fit. Wow, that's in there. Good. There we go. And I don't like that, because that means that at some point that's probably going to stress. But in any case, you do that. So you got the legs mostly done. You take the windows sections, flip them down, tuck this back, down, back, and then you want to take the wheels and fold them flat. And there you got half of Bumblebee done. So now what you want to do is just kind of take this piece here, and it's on a rotating ball joint peg. And now this part, I usually have a problem getting it turned around without popping it off, but oh, I just did it. Okay. So push the arm back a little bit, flip this around, and yeah, that's the problem. It's really hard to, let's see, is there any way I can, nope, I can't bring that up like that. All right. Okay. All right. I think I've got it. Do I got it? No, I don't. This is a pain in the buttocks. Okay, push that forward. Come on, push forward. And then this part here, you want to make sure you get the peg cleared. Yeah, see, this is where instructions would have been nice. I guess you could look on other people's, what do you call it, to get it. There we go. Get a smoother. And then for some reason, I just can't get this thing to relax down the back like it's supposed to. I guess it's doing it now. In any case, yes, so you rotate this piece to the back. Now you've got these two pieces here. What you want to do is first you want to lift this piece here up, just so it clears that. And then you're going to collapse these two in, and there is, you can see there's a peg that goes into a slot, and you want to do that. Okay, take these pieces here. You can see the arms are attached to sort of an L. Just roll them up. There's a little, I don't know if you can see the little bump there. Come on, focus. Let's focus over here. You see that little bump there? You just want to slide this up over the bump to help kind of lock it in place. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, you can situate the arms a bit. Flip this piece up here. You want to put this piece back down. You want to put this back down to where it goes. Okay, before you peg it in, let's put this piece where it goes first. Okay, so forget what I just said about pegging it in. Okay, push that there. Now when you got this piece here, level here, then you go ahead and plug this into the sides. Again, instruction booklets would have been nice. Now what you're going to do is, if you look here, you see there is a sort of rectangular section cut out. That is so that this piece here will slide in, and friction just holds all of that together. And then this just goes down like so on the back. You push that up, it's on the back. Is that the right way? Let's see. Just want to make sure. Yeah. And there you have your Bumblebee. Let's move him back a little bit. Got your Bumblebee. And he has really strong ratchets in the arms, and he is extremely posable. He's extremely posable. You've got his gun, which you can take. Now, when you have it in the vehicle mode, you'll have the handle bent at the side, and it pegs in via that slot there. You're going to just straighten that, and then you can just plug that into his hands. It's a very tight fit. And now Bumblebee has a weapon. And I think he looks pretty nice. I chose him over the other Bumblebee for a few reasons. For one, I do like the cartoon accurate vehicle mode. I know it's not accurate to an actual VW. It's in its dimensions, but I like that it looks like the cartoon. That's the first thing. The second thing is this head sculpt, this face sculpt. Can be focused? There we go. Which I think looks a lot better than the other face sculpt, which kind of is cartoon accurate, but it makes him look derpy. I don't like it. His eyes are too far apart. This one here, I think the eyes are perfect. The head is a perfect place. He looks nice. He really does. He's chubby. He's got a little bit of this thing going on here, and I think there's got to be a way to pull that down some more. There we go. All right, there we go. That's actually a lot better. It goes in here, and it doesn't actually peg into nothing. It just hangs there. But that's a lot better. From the front, you don't see it hanging over. I mean, I guess if you want to, you can give him a hood. If you rotate this around, it can be a hood. I'm not going to do that because I don't want him to have a hood. But if he was gold bug, he'd have a hood. So if you can get a head that would fit, you can put him on there and paint everything that's black, blue, and you'll have yourself a decent gold bug. Now, articulation. His head is on a bit of a ball joint, so he can look up. He can't look down, but then again, who's he going to look at who's shorter than he is? Head rotates 360. Arms are in a ball joint, so they rotate 360. They do go out. And you've got that little hinge, which you can move around if you want to. I don't know why you want to, but you can. His arms they bend at the elbow on a really strong ratchet. His hands do a 360. They're really tight. I'm not even going to lie to you. They are super tight. And he's got an upper bicep swivel. Rotates at the waist. Ball joint at the hip. Let's see. He rotates below the knee. He bends at the knee. And he's got a lot of wiggle room for his feet, which are really broad. So if you want to, you can get him in a bit of a running pose. Let's see if I can do that, because I'm here talking it. Get him in. You can get him in. Come on, I had you in. There we go. So let's move the hand away so you can see he's in a running pose. As you can see, yes, he does hold running poses. If you want to give him a perceptor kick, you can do so. His foot is broad enough, and it's stable enough where you can get some decent poses out of him if you want to. So, yeah, he is a nice little figure. Now, again, this was released. What was it? Was it last year? I think it was last year, or the year before it was released. I know it was released well before the Masterpiece Bumblebee was, and it was just released in plain yellow and black. I like this color better. How he stacks up here is Deluxe RC, who's actually a rather small Deluxe, and you can see that he is about half a head shorter. Let's go ahead and here is Impossible Toys Bumblebee while I get this other figure transformed. And you can see that he's only a little bit bigger, but he feels like he's a lot bigger. And in the car mode, he is massively bigger. The car mode is there's a humongous difference in the car mode. And the noise you're hearing now is just me trying to get that wheeljack transformed really quickly because, come on, because I don't really have much in the way of other bots in a proper regular deluxe size, so he's just gonna have to put that there, and come on. I could probably just edit this out. We'll see. Okay. Alrighty, and here we go. I hate these freaking legs. Those legs suck. There we go. Get you out of the way. Come on. There we go. And for some reason, my wheeljack does not like to stand up. Like, he keeps going backwards. And I don't know why. There we go. So, as you can see, let's raise the camera up just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. There we go. So, you can see that glow-in-the-dark wheeljack, because he's so white, it looks like he's glowing, is a full head or so taller. So, I think he's about the size of the Generations Bumblebee. Let's go with Masterpiece Wheeljack, because I love Masterpiece Wheeljack. And then now you can see a fairly good size difference. Fairly good. Now see, that looks about, I guess that looks about right. All things considered. And let's get Optimus Prime into the mix, because and that, he's actually in about in scale. Come on. He's about in proper scale there. He actually might be a little bit bigger depending on the exact moment that you pause the Transformers. And it's just, he's about a decent size. This is actually more closer to the size he's supposed to be depending on the frame of animation that you pause it at. So, and then sometimes he looks like he should be almost wheeljack size when Optimus Prime is hugging him. But otherwise, yeah, there we go. There is B, and there he is next to the big man. Let's see if we can get everybody back in here for size comparison. Put you there. Put you there. Put you, little bitty guy there. Come on, stand up. There we go. Nope. Spike is drunk. So stand over here next to other Bumblebee. Here we go. You. Let's take you and put you back here. And there we go. So there you have a decent sized comparisons. So you get an idea of how big he is. Now he is running $50 on Big Bad Toy Store and on TF Source. I got him at TF Source. And yeah, he's nice. He's nice. You can get, honestly, you can go on capturedprey.com and get an official G2 Bumblebee, which is the same paint, for about $10 less. I'll be honest with you. But I like him better because he looks like his cartoon model a lot better. And his face looks good. His face, it says, I'm Bumblebee, but I'm not derpy. If I can find a picture of the Bumblebees for the Masterpiece, I probably will. I'll put the head in so you can see. It looks kind of derpy. But yeah. This guy is a great little guy. He really is. He is a great little guy, and I wish they would retool this and release a cliff jumper like this guy. The only real issue I have, to be honest with you, is this piece here. It tends to pop off a lot because it's hard to get all this transformed. And again, since you don't have instructions, you kind of sometimes go out of order because you don't really have anything guiding you. I need to get a symbol for his belly. His little bit of tickle, 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 little guy. Sorry. Um, that said, though, he is a good purchase. I like him. I think he's got a great alt mode. I think he's got a great robot mode. Let's see if I can. There we go. So you can get a much better look at him. He looks good. He does look good. So, I'm Islip. Not saying you have to buy this figure, but I think you should consider it if you're looking for a Bumblebee, a G1 Bumblebee for your Masterpiece line, or a G1 Bumblebee for your Classics line. This is honestly, I think this is honestly a perfect fit. Also, other thing is, you don't have any hollow bits here, like because the arms don't fold, the hands don't fold in. You don't have any hollow bits here, and whatever hollow bits you have here, see that? It's covered. So even with the, like, if you took this off, if you took this piece off here, you still don't have, it's not really hollow bits. This is actually compacted into a good looking little figure. It's a good looking little figure. He's a little bit broad and stout, but then again, he's Bumblebee. Shouldn't he be? Let's take a look at the G1-ish Bumblebee. And yeah, he's short and he's stout. He's got a tummy. He's got a huge tummy. He's got sort of a bit of a tummy. It's not even really a tummy. That's more of his boobies. So he actually looks pretty good. And I just love the gold. I'm actually gonna take this guy. This is my spare gold bug, and paint him up to have the gold like this. Actually, the gold would probably be more like this gold, which is not. This one is a more yellowish gold here. This one is sort of a browner-ish gold. But yeah, and that's my Warbatron Grimlock, which I got at the same time as I got the B. So, I mean, he looks so cute. He does. I like it. Now, this guy is more in, like, if you took the Legends figures, he'd be more in scale with the Legends figures. But that's not who we're reviewing. We're reviewing, not you, reviewing this guy. So, yeah, and I really, Toyworld really did a great job with this figure. They did, with the exceptions of leaving out the instruction booklet and this piece here, and okay, there is a part here when you go to transform it back. Let's go ahead and transform it back. When you have to put you have to get this black piece past this, and you're literally pushing this gray piece out to get that to slide in where it's supposed to go. And that really bothers me because I'm putting stress on a piece of plastic, and that's really not what I should be doing. They should have did something to fix that. There's no reason why, But again, this figure is 2 years old, so, well, not this figure. This figure here is brand new, but the mold is from 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I can't remember. And aside from that, this is actually I love this thing. I love that the feet turn flat like that, like the wheels turn flat. I love that. I really do. It looks cool. It looks great. It almost looks like he's trying to be a hover car, to be honest with you. Like he kind of just kind of hover around and stuff. But oh, and light piping. How am I going to show off the light piping? I don't have a. Let me see if I can get my old cell phone going in and see if I can get that to work. But he has great light piping. He really does. Let's see. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Let's turn this way. And focus. For those of you who like light piping, like normally I don't, but look, you can see dead eyes. Wow, that looks really good. That looks awesome. I wish I could have that effect all the time. But yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I don't need this old phone now. So yeah, I mean, it's a great little figure. And yeah, it is a little figure, but it's still a great figure. It really is. I still want to pick up the Masterpiece versions, just because I don't even know why. I really don't. But I do. Maybe because that's just how I am. Like, I got like 50 Optimus Primes. You know, I have like 4 or 5 Wheeljacks. 6 Wheeljacks. Maybe 7? 7 Wheeljacks. I have 7 Wheeljacks from different lines, different flavors. I have 3 Shockwaves. You know, I got like 15 I have like, well, no, I have 10 of these little these type figures, you know, Goldbug and Bumblebee and Wasp and all that. I tend to like different versions for different reasons. So if you're like me, you're going to want them all. If you like the cartoon aesthetic like I do, you're going to want this guy. If you want the real aesthetic, get the other guy. And if you want a better head, maybe you can swap this guy's head with the other guy's head. Because the other guy's head is really, his face is just so derpy. I mean, this looks like Bumblebee, but it looks good. Yep. How many Bumblebees do I have? Of the classic of this size Bumblebees, I got 1 more. But yes, if I like a figure, and there are multiple variations with different, you know, I'll tend to get them all. Or from different lines, even though it's the same character in a different line, I will get them. Like I got Wheeljack and Wheeljack. By far the best Wheeljack. Not a bad Wheeljack, just not that great. And that's it. Okay, I have rambled on long enough. I Slip. Too bad they didn't give a G2 version of this guy in the Impossible Toys one. Anyway, I'm Slip. Thanks for watching my video. Yeah, that's it. Ciao. Before I forget, well, I shouldn't say before I forget, I just figured this out now. Come on. There we go. If you decide you don't want to have him hold the weapon, you can actually store the weapon using that peg. You just have to pop the back kibble out just a wee bit to get that in there. But otherwise, yeah, so you can have Bumblebee without a weapon, if that's what you choose. And of course, since he has 5mm ports, you can just stick somebody else's weapon in his hands and he can't use that. Alright, and yes, he does fit in Prime's trailer. I am not going to transform back into a vehicle right now, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Let's, you know, actually do that. Do that, and then there. Because that's about the width and everything. Just stick it in. See? Fits in there. So, anyway, that's it. I am Slip. Thanks for watching. Ciao again.